the biggest cover-up in Twitch history from Tectone. A blind video reaction, okay, like I saw some seconds, so like let's see what is being brought to light here.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back at it again for one of these videos. Sorry, I'm just a little bit bored, and you see me on Twitter, I'm pretty damn invested in this. I'm not gonna lie, like, I have never been as invested in what is happening right now on social media, on Twitter, on Twitch. I mean, fuck, it's even on YouTube. This might just be one of the biggest cover-ups of all time in Twitch history, and it's happening in real time in front of all of us. And the worst thing is, while it's happening on camera with our eyes that we can see, they're telling us what you're seeing with your eyes isn't real. And in case you don't know what has happened, just to give you go watch probably one of my previous videos. This video isn't about Hasan Piker. This video is about how people bend the knee to this man. And
well, it's like an interesting thing, because I was like also thinking about it, especially like with the recent developments in terms of like parasocial relationships with especially like established streamers. Well, like it's like totally okay to engage in that regard, in my humble opinion, because I think like with time new inventions get introduced, which basically means that we have new developments unfolding that then in exchange grant a new type of social sphere that provides the opportunity to basically engage within social interactions in a new way of doing things altogether. I think we all had the situation once in our life where we had, for example, a friend being attacked, especially like when you're like extremely involved within social circles, like you tend to stand up for your friends, because like in a way you're like, due to the social contract, are then involved with this person. So, and like people have like still this tribal thinking going on. So like when one of the group gets attacked, this attack feels like the whole group is getting attacked. So the addressing within this attack basically swifts over to the person who like stands up for the attacked person in the first place. So those people stand up for their idol because they don't want to believe, like if something obvious is happening, for example, they just simply don't want to believe that that's the case. They want that their idol is a good person. It's like parasocial behavior, and especially like for very emotional people, it's a profound call of duty to then basically go into a phase of denial, if you want, like now assuming that what happened there happened, and then like people in exchange actually like trying to say that this is not the case. So that's basically like my take on why this is happening, because like they believe in this person, they support this person, and this can't be that my idol does this, so I gotta stand up for this person, like in order to serve protection, which in my humble opinion is also observable within friend circles. Like from how I see it, it's a very human thing. Like what I think is then like happening in exchanges, that people like tend to forget that we're having similar and profoundly elemental needs within our existence, like having a chilled, unbothered life. Like in that sense, like embracing life, just living, wanting dinner, wanting to fulfill yourself, like without being bothered, and then like actually going out there and like bothering other people. It's like quite concerning that people are like getting lost within fantasy constructs and basically overlook the other human being they're interacting with.
And all of those involved. And it's been about 7 to 8 days so far. Now, this started off as a simple, Hasan has abused his dog on stream. Let's get him to apologize and get him to correct his ways, use an e-collar properly, because there is a proper way to use one. He was not using it properly, and let's move forward.
Well, like also, like I don't know what happened there. Okay, like in the end we all don't know. Likely Hasan will know. It could also be that he's like maybe like super embarrassed about what happened there. It could be that he like, you know, instead of like using the vibrate mechanic, like he used the shock mechanic, which like could have caused that. So yeah, like nonetheless, like what happened there is tragic. Yeah, it's like wild what happened there. Like as of recent, I also noticed that like he removed the dog from his stream. Though it really looks like he was like some form of prop for him. Like I have no idea, man. I'm like so new to this.
Forward. But that didn't happen. The lies began.
Ah.
And then he was telling us it wasn't an e-collar, and Kaya hurt their paw, and then all of a sudden the button he pressed was for a gate code, and then he wasn't grabbing a remote, he was grabbing a Zin, and then there is
like I agree, like there are like so many theories regarding that. Like you literally, like in the end it is that way. We can't determine like what exactly happened there. But of course, like the looks are grim. Like let's put it that way. It's quite grim. It is true, and I know it.
There's no e-collar, and then there is an e-collar, and then there's a collar that only vibrates, and it just got more and more convoluted. And then you would think that the lies would stop with Hasan, but then streamer after streamer after streamer after streamer comes out in defense of this man. Now, first of all, there's
like I don't know like which streamers he's like referring to, but like I like also saw many streamers like as me, for example, like in the end, like we certainly don't know, like and as we see, like there are like many questionable things being stated from this orbit there, which like raises many questions in that sense. I'm like quite excited. The truth will prevail in the end. I'm very certain about it. So people are analyzing this, and I assume that there will be like one video made like from a real journalist, which basically very likely will conclude this on a very concrete way, like in that sense, like probably like analyze Kaya, like images from the color she wears, and like I don't know, I don't even know the gender of this dog, bruh. Oh.
Valkyrie, and obviously that's Hasan's girlfriend, so I don't blame her for trying to protect her boyfriend. But at the same time, it's like, we're gonna do this shit so blatantly, and then Valkyrie defends her boyfriend, and then Asmongold goes to help Valkyrie traverse the issue, and then she throws Asmongold under the bus, and then she says that she apologizes for talking to Asmongold and says she wasn't aware of his political views, but then there's a clip before she apologized saying that she was aware of his political views.
Okay, like I start to understand like more and more like what Tectone means here. Man, what in the mess?
And it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like everybody on this fucking platform is lying. And at a certain point in my career, I've been doing streaming for 7 years. I've dealt with previous community filled with liars, and at a certain point, you always think that you know.
It's like wild. I also like to add that like how vast the bubble can be in that regard is insane. Like you have like communities, like also like in real life. Like you have like nepotistic structures from like generations that like taught their kids to lie and whatnot. Like, it's so rotten. Like it's unbelievable in like some places in a sense.
Who the bad guys are, but even now that I'm talking about this, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, holy shit, like you have Valkyrie saying that, oh, I know Hasan and he treats his dog so well and just the best, most spoiled baby, big baby. And then it's like, Hasan calls his dog spoiled because it wanted to get a drink of water and walk around the house. Then you see a video of Hasan raising.
That's like also quite interesting. Like there are like countries. Oh, glorious China, yes. Like where dogs are like treated like food or like working animals. Like they're like treated very, very harshly. There are like also socio-economic factors at play in that sense, which like adds another layer of depth to this overall situation.
His dog with another dog that's irritated and putting them in a confined space to where he's encouraging the other dog to attack his dog and laughing at it like he's like the Penguin from Batman. And then they're telling you, no, your eyes, they just don't work. That's not what happened.
What in the gaslight?
And then it goes even deeper. Then there's the collar, and Hasan won't show it the first day. And, 24 hours later, he removes it, said this collar only has the capacity to vibrate. And so for some reason, people believe that lie, and then obviously the Reddit detectives debunked that in 30 minutes. They showed this.
That's interesting. Like I didn't see that one. Like fuck.
This was the collar that had the electrical prongs, but it was removed.
Like that was like one of the theories I had. Like to give like people like the benefit of a doubt here. It could have been like because like there was like another video like talking about that those colors have like two modes, like one shocking mode and like one vibrating mode, and I can like assume that like no like there's like misclick, like misinput, which would be still tragic though. Like it's like wild to like see this like unraveling more and more, and like it also like teaches you a lot like about lies and deception, like what is going on there.
And then they enhance the fucking scaling, and we find the black tape, and then we understand that Hasan took off the prongs and taped it over, and then streamers like Carolyn Kwan came out and played defense for him, saying, oh no, the collar had no electrical capacity. But then you have QT Cinderella, who slipped up and said it was an electrical collar, and the prongs were removed, and it was taped over like we all saw on footage. And then FaZe calls QT because QT's upset about...
Bro has a mind map going, bro.
I mean, holy fuck! Am I like reaching levels of unemployedness to care about this, or like you have FaZe who then goes
to be fair, this controversy is like a special one. Like, like in internet terms, this goes on for years now. Like Jesus.
to call QT and apologized because QT accidentally told the truth and exposed Hasan for misproperly and abusing a fucking dog. And then FaZe Clan says, we stand with you, QT, But QT's standing on the side of trying to cover up an animal getting abused. Like, can we just treat dogs right? I mean, holy fuck. Like, listen, I get it. We all have bad moments with our pets. I mean, I've even yelled at a cat before when I was playing Elden Ring, and I feel bad about that shit every day. But, like, to see people keeping their dog as props near their fucking stream so they can seem more relatable, keeping a shock collar on them for 8 hours a day, zapping them whenever they want to move, putting them in more or less fucking...
But like, this is like also very interesting. And now with this like all being unfolding, especially like if it turns out that it really was like a shock collar and like deliberately like shocking the dog, it would then like look like that he used the dog as a prop. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Dog fights, and seeing clip after clip of the collar being shown, after the remote being shown, we can see the electrical collar, we see the cover up, we see him trying to hide it, we see him fucking use it, and now there's like 14 different streamers all covering for Hasan. These people care more about securing their clout in the industry than they do about helping a helpless fucking dog. We people, I don't really think we're asking for too much. And sorry, I get very...
Who even is Hasan? You haven't heard about the bro until this. like Hasan is like more like on the left side of things, and like the orbit like from Tectone, like with Esmond and whatnot, is like more like on the right side of things. Meanwhile, everyone is a human. Everyone wants a chill life. Everyone wants shelter, food, like in that sense. And like what is like fascinating about all this is like what I was able to like get so far is that like Hasan's people, they're like very emotional in terms of like argumentation. Meanwhile, and I also like count us in, we are like way more analytical and like detached from situations. So like, we like more like on a meta level, and this like feels like minimizing to like some people when they argue emotionally and then like face like an analytical argument. Like they feel like minimized. They also then like often think that like questions are getting dodged, and they're like super much about morals, which like also in a sense like gives all balance. It's like super interesting to like observe. Check the stream out. It looks nice actually, though if he's an animal abuser then yeah, like in the end, like it looks like it looks like that this happened there. Though like with all that is going on, like just like as Tectone mentioned here, do like can somebody like bring an undebunkable piece of like information here? And this like goes on for weeks now, if I'm not mistaken. It's like one of the longest the longest exchanges that I have yet to like to witness on the internet. Damn.
Intense about how much I love animals. I'm a guy where I have 3 cats and I have a dog. At a point, I've had 7 cats. I used to live with my brother who had 3 dogs. And the thing about animals' lives are, they don't live as long as us. Their whole lives are just a chapter in ours, but it's their whole book. And knowing that there is an animal where they're just living a sad, unfulfilled life, doing nothing but trying to make Hasan seem more human, when we all know, let's just be real, if you were to pull off a skin suit and him be a lizard underneath, nobody here would really be surprised. And the worst thing is, let's just say it's not about the dog. This is a guy who's called for the death of a senator. This is a guy who's encouraged his audience to go out and kill people. This is a guy who showed off what appeared to be a gun, threatened a viewer's life live, and then doxed him. This is a guy who supports terrorist attacks. This is a fucking guy who's blatantly slandered so many content creators with career-ending false allegations, and Twitch protects him. And everyone protects him.
Goddamn. That like really sounds extreme. Like what I'm for is like if if like crimes happen in that sense, it's like really advisable to go ahead and like instead of like speculation and whatnot, like sometimes it's like advisable to like check it on the level of law, and we can like always like keep in mind it's like a public figure like also tends to like clip farm, like those are professionals in the end, like some of them like they play a role like in that sense. So like of course it sounds extreme, like, and if slander was being made, like defamation, defamation is a serious thing. Like I'm like watching this from the sideline, like seeing this all unfold. I think it's like always interesting to observe like how many people jump the gun and basically like roll with something without having fundamental truth in the hand, like proofs, the fundamental truth. I think it's very unadvisable to take everything, especially like in times of AI, like for granted. We live in times where it looks more and more that like critical thinking gets like lost, which is horrid. I think it's very advisable to seek the truth with proofs, fundamental proofs, then like go ahead. Like especially when I hear like career-ending false allegations, like this jumping the gun, cancel culture, witch hunt scheming. Like it's depressing in a way. And I hope like that those people who like had been confronted with like false allegations will one day find the resources to go ahead and file defamation lawsuits, because like defamation is defamation, which is a crime, I might add. So it's like wild, like hearing this and seeing this, like, because like instead of like going for a witch hunt, this goes like for all parties. I think it's like advisable to seek out the real and fundamental truth, and then like go ahead and take action in accordance. Not like to farm this or to really like have an impact. Like in that sense, I think that's way more humane, rather than just like screaming and shouting and whatnot. It's like, again, like we're all human beings, and I think like each and every one of us would love to have a fair process in that regard, and not being misrepresented in a way that is career ending. Like it's absolutely shocking, like hearing this.
And today is the day where obviously you guys have all known that I've been advocating for how fucked up the streaming space is. But to the levels of corruption that are currently on display is truly sickening. And then they tell you like people like me are delusional. They tell you people like Asmongold are delusional. They tell you people like XQC and Trainwrecks are delusional. And the worst thing is all of the people protecting Hasan right now, and
I think it's like funny in general. Like treat others like how you want to be treated. It's like always like a self-testimony, like when like people go out there and like treat others like that. Like again, like we're all humans. If an animal is being abused, that's a crime. If there's slander being made, defamation, that's a crime. We have the government, and I think we should stand up for that, and especially like also for humanity, like seeing that we all want a fair treatment. I don't think it's like good to like attack one another. We're all fellow humans. We bleed the same color.
Hasan himself are considered the good guys, while we sit here and we're deemed the brand risk, the bad guys, the Nazis. What the fuck? And the worst thing is, it's working. People are moving on. People have lost steam. I have blocked over 2,500 accounts on Twitter, and yet even still, I see people spamming, move on, move on, move on. Delusional, bros obsessed, you're wrong, Hasan debunked it, and it's like, no, that never happened. We bring them proof after proof after proof. They deny it. And they slander all of these other folk with completely baseless accusations that are, one, greatly exaggerated, or two, never happened. And everyone believes them. Guys, The world is fucked. What started off as a simple Hasan issues an apology and swears to treat his dog better in the future and maybe not use his dog as a prop has now turned into one of the biggest coordinated cover-ups in Twitch history. Hasan's like a fucking mafia boss. He's like the fucking boogeyman to these people. Has anybody heard from Ludwig? Is he dead? Has Hasan shocked him enough to where he can breathe now? I can't believe that this will soon blow over.
I think this is like quite interesting. I can see like a scenario where Ludwig's just like under the covers because he doesn't want to be dragged into this. Like, it's like wild. Like I feel like humbled watching this all. Like again, it's like always fascinating seeing like how like humans treat one another in that sense. Like how about like getting along? Like, I think like we all love life. We all embrace life. Like finding similarities and like treating one another kind, and like not jumping one another. Like in that sense.
If it hasn't already blown over, and nothing will happen again, because they are telling you that your eyes are lying to you, and they want to move on so bad, and the worst thing is, people will. Scary as fuck times right now.
That's the next thing. Like just as you said, man. Like 2 weeks we have the next drama, and then it's like all forgotten. Yeah. So I get this perspective, like especially like take into account that we are all humans. Like what in the circus is going on sometimes, bro? Jesus.
Guys, scary as fuck times.
Certainly are. I hope we find humanity in that sense. Humanism. Like it's really advisable to like embrace it. To like as mentioned, like even though like some people are more on an analytical side, some people are more like on a moral emotional side. Like yet in the end we all just want to be unbothered. We all want to live a good life. Like in that sense, and I think we are well advised, like together, to see those similarities, and embrace being human. Like we will see how this develops in the future. You guys, YouTube video link will be linked in the description. Go to Tectone, chill dude, give him a like, subscribe, comment, say hello. So as usual, till next time, love you guys and peace.